Hey everyone, I'm the Real Levab, and you're watching the A20 Guardian 100 game analysis. This is run number 67, I think. Let's get started. Starting off today with Ruby. Our Niao options are choose a card to obtain 3 random potions, gain a curse for 250 gold, or the boss swap. Let's see what our pathing's like here. There is the maximum elite path here. There is a path here that trades an elite for a campfire, and the elite we take is the burning elite. I think one of those two options could be great. In fact, I think both of these are good enough to go in that direction. Curse for 250 gold is actually interesting because 250 gold is already very strong, and we can remove the curse there, so we essentially get 175 gold. Unless we get something so powerful that we want to just take it and leave the curse in the deck. Although that would also depend on which curse we get. That's not the right option, this one. I think this makes us the most powerful out of all of these. And going to shops actually increases your chances of taking elites by a lot. There are 2 guaranteed attacks in the shop, and a power should you think that's necessary, and also 3 potions available. So if we were to go like through this way, I think that would be the best for us. Where's the other shops? There's one here which we don't want to take, and the one later in the act. I guess depending on how much gold we have, we'll have to evaluate whether having a dead floor is better if we get 2 elites, or if we want to take the burning elite and 2 campfires. If we don't have very much gold by this, I think we're probably just going to go right, because getting the burning elite out of the way early is really good. And this is near the end of the act where it gets easier to take the burning elite in Act 1. So I think this will be our path. These 2 are very generic things. This is the kind of thing I would take if I wanted to be guaranteed to take a very aggressive elite path. Often you end up wasting these potions, but sometimes it can work out. And having the guarantee, I think, is good enough for me. Although it does feel bad when you don't use them. And choose a card is just a very generic way to get a little bit stronger. Can shore up your odds so that you can fight elites more often. I think this curse for 250 gold is going to be our best bet, though. Please be a clumsy? Bewildered. Got a downfall curse. When you play another card, muddle your hand and discard this. It has been a long time since we have seen that curse. In fact, are we even able to find this normally? I always want to play defend. I mean, playing Bewildered just means we don't draw it on the next turn, but we still only spend 1 energy this turn. I think I'd rather take the risk so that we can actually kill this thing in a timely manner, because Jawworm is no joke. Give me 0s? Awesome. I can even play Gear Up right now. That's cool. Okay, that went pretty well. We ended up playing this, 1 more card than usual. Oh, it didn't. It didn't do its normal thing. So I think we still enter defensive here, because we actually are close to getting a kill. Maybe it'll attack again next turn? That would be great, actually, if it did. It's buffing. Okay. Attacks, please? Okay. So at least we get Defend out next turn. But that's our only block card? Wow. That was a really bad draw. We can't kill either. Come on. One more attack last turn would have done it, but of course, punished by draw order against Jawworm as usual. 49 HP, Jesus. Okay. Pre-program or recover. I think both of those are very good. This gives me more front load, which is kind of important. And also isn't as bad against Bewildered because it has it. Because 0 costs will always increase our cost, meanwhile a 1 cost has a 1 in 3 to be discounted. It's our boss. Guardian? Okay. This one attacks for more, so I kind of want to get rid of it. But once I draw Bewildered, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to kill it with 2 attacks, so maybe we just go for the right one. Yeah. Maybe I play Defend, so this has a chance of... Like, there's a 1 in 27 that these all roll 3s. I'd probably take that chance. Let's go. Holy shit. That's as close as it gets. Might as well. Once you're defensive, we'll get our Ruby ready for next turn. Hopefully can play it with attacks. Okay, we got some 0s. Good. Walker Claw, Ventsteam, Aquamarine. Ventsteam's usually really good. Walker Claw's okay with a Ruby. I think we take the Ventsteam and then just pick up some attacks in the in this room. The shop. Oh wow, Peace Pipe. I don't really feel like going super deck removal strats. Oh man, those are like the worst attacks we could have gotten rolled in this shop too. Come on. Maybe we go Floating Orbs strat? That's something. Floating Orbs Toolbox. Card remove. Could go to the bomb. We could go Toolbox or Calcum Floating Orbs. I don't think Orichalcum's very good on Guardian in general, though, because you use defensive mode so often, so you have blocked a lot of turns. Not most turns, maybe just a lot. I can buy a Boss Potion. That's probably good. Yeah, we'll go these 3 in Boss. That's 248, 287, 357, 362. Okay, we have enough for all of that. Great. Goodbye, Bewildered. You've already hurt me too much. Yep. That's our play. Oh, interesting. How many clicks can we afford? Maybe we go for a bunch and then just rest here? Because we very much favor this path, so we'd only have Elite, Fight. And we have potions. I think we click at least once. Okay. So if I were to click 2 more times, that's 13 HP. 24. 24 is still pretty fine. Maybe? Maybe 24 is a little much. Because if we lose a lot of HP... Well, this is still an easy pool, right? So it's either going to be... what is it going to be? It's either going to be Cultist or Double Slime. Double Slime could hurt us if we roll badly. We get the tiny Spike Slime and the small Acid Slime. That's the really aggressive combo. It's like a 1 in 4 to happen. Floating Orbs. I'm gonna go. We got it. Okay, great. If we didn't get it there, I was maybe gonna consider pushing it one more time, but we got there just in time. I think this is going to be right. Okay, we got this. We got the tiny Acid Slime and this. This is a medium. Oh right, the other ones are technically larges. Forgot. I think of Slime Boss as the large one, but that's not the case. Anyway, Dark Shackles this turn seems pretty good. It's a free 9 block. Versus what? Secret Weapon for Strike? Jack of all trades? Nah, let's go Dark Shackles. Okay. I could also just play Defend, Recover, and keep the Dark Shackles. With a deck this small, it's actually kind of likely that we're able to draw back to it. And then I play a Strike on the small one. Yeah, let's... Because, like, Ventsteam Strike is just kind of overkill. We didn't draw very well. So let's just do that. And then The best bet for killing this next turn is actually Strike, because double Twin Slam will kill, as opposed to having to get 2 strikes or Ruby Twin Slam. Okay. Because you'll get weakened down to 3 hits twice. Don't hit me again. You hit me again. Looks like we're going to be... Actually, okay, that'll do it. We'll enter defensive here. It's not going to attack next turn, but we block for 10 this turn, and we still have Dark Shackles to come back to, so we're fine, I think. We're also not weakened anymore. Do I leave this, or do I play it? There's a chance we kill next turn, so I'll just play it. Get this for 10 damage. It's real nice. Okay. Well, 0 damage fight. We didn't even use the Dark Shackles. Although, I think with a different draw order we would have. We got another Vent Steam, another Recover. I think with the Floating Orbs play, we actually go double Recover. And, you know, having more stasis isn't so bad again with Vent Steam anyway, because we can recover our attacks and just play them on the Vent Steam again. Having more block isn't the worst thing. This would probably suffer against Gremlin Knob a bit, but that's why we have the Boss Potion. So I'm hoping that's going to be enough. And we're going to enhance. Do we? Yeah, we have Vent Steam. So I'll put that in the Vent Steam. Or do I keep it unsocketed for Floating Orbs? I think we still put it in Vent Steam. And upgrade Floating Orbs. We could also rest. Resting for the next 3 fights actually seems kind of good. And we don't need Floating Orbs upgrade yet. Right? I think this does actually have a chance of killing us if we don't rest, so I'm going to rest. We'll figure out our upgrade at the next fire. We still have 2 more coming. Okay, we got probably... We didn't get Knob, so I guess that's pretty good. Secret Weapon. Again, doesn't matter. Finesse. We don't want to draw 1 more so that we can shuffle without losing on cards. So I'm going to go to Discovery. Another Recover. That's really funny. That's actually really funny. Okay. I guess I'll do Defend, Recover, Recover. No, we'll go Strike, Recover, Recover. Can also upgrade these. That's interesting, actually. If I upgrade these, I can enter defensive right now. And then I can focus on doing damage. It's still kind of weird. Because we don't have a lot of damage cards. We just have Floating Orbs and double Recover. Do I maybe use the Boss Potion then to make sure? I think we use the Boss Potion then, because we're really short on damage. Let's see what kind of damage we can get from this. Guardian Whirl. Yeah, that's going to be the one. We can get 10 block this turn. Could also gain a little bit of strength, but I think this is best. Wait a minute! I thought you couldn't get this as Guardian. Huh. Okay, well, we have it. We have the better Guardian Whirl. The one that doesn't require 20 block. We're going to recover Strike, we're going to recover, and then we're going to play Guardian Whirl. It exhausts, but that's still very significant damage. Full block and 16 to everyone is really good. Okay. We got Curl Up, great. That means we can just enter defensive here safely. Take 5, that's fine. We get Floating Orbs next turn, get to play these for 0 each. Also, this taking itself to an even number is good. Means we're probably not going to waste damage. You also got to figure out where Vent Steam is going this turn. I guess we can just kill this with Double Strike rather than playing odds. But yeah, we want to put Vent Steam on the one that's going to die last. So we kill this, and we deal another 8 damage randomly. Then next turn we have another 10 damage. Guaranteed. Although the 4 of that damage is also random. I guess it kind of depends which one it hits, because we can't really control it. If possible, I want to try and kill this one next turn. Recovering cards means that we don't get them. So maybe we don't maybe we recover a daze to get a better draw for next turn. What are the odds we kill this? Worst case scenario is that none of the Floating Orbs procs hits this one, which is like a 1 in 8. So let's say that we have the reasonable worst case scenario where 1 hits this. That means we deal 10 damage. We need another 16 next turn in order to kill. Doesn't seem very likely. Which means maybe we should aim for this. Which means Event Steam should go on this. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay, it did hit that. Alright, let's get a daze in here. Okay, and it hit that. 1 each. Please give me damage or block. How about both? I guess we can put Vent Steam on that. I wasn't expecting to draw it back so fast. This can't kill, so we just go for this one. Okay. Well, hopefully we get enough damage for this, because this did not work out as I thought. Oh, we get Enter Defensive again, so that's fine. I guess we bring back Vent Steam again. Maximum damage. And I guess it did work out after all, because now we just have it next turn. That's great. Awesome. I'll bring it back again. Why not? Double Strike will kill. Awesome. That went very well, actually. Now we have a Strength and an Anchor. Anchor's really good. Sentry Blast. That's huge, actually, I think. Yeah, that's huge. Floating Orbs and Vent Steam. I'm absolutely going to take that. I think this run is already going to be very, very strong. Just because of that combo. Now we gotta fight these guys. So, Good Instincts or Trip? Probably Good Instincts. I don't see... I guess we can get Fat Gremlin under a threshold with Trip with 2 strikes. I guess that also applies to Sneaky Gremlin. This setup is not the greatest. We're constantly going to be weak and frail, and Shield Gremlin will sometimes be saving this. Maybe we try to kill this fast? I don't know. Good Instincts kind of seems pretty okay here. If we can enter defensive this turn, that'd be great. If we can't kill, I'd rather have this. If we can kill, I'd rather have this. Because they are all out of range of 2 strikes. Man, that's tough. I don't have a lot of attacks, so I'm going to go with Can't Kill. Okay, we got Vent Steam anyway. Oh, and we have a Strength, I forgot, so we can actually kill Sneaky Gremlin straight up. Oh, and we have Anchor, duh. Okay, I'm just forgetting everything. That's fine, though. This means we can go for Fat Gremlin right now. We can put Vent Steam on Sneaky Gremlin for next turn, even. I could even enter defensive now, I didn't even realize. I hope this doesn't do Sneaky. Not really much I can control about that, though. Alright, 2 strikes kills. Awesome. I guess the vulnerable didn't really matter on them. I'm going to bring back Vent Steam? Maybe Curl Up was better, I don't know. I think we still have the block every turn that we need, but... Alright, now we have Floating Orbs, we'll bring that back. Okay, another easy fight. A strength potion. Interesting. Is it better than plated armor? Possibly. Oh, Giga Beam is here. Ooh. I mean, it's definitely early enough. Is Time Bomb better? It's a bit of a weird one. I really hate that Time Bomb still has that bug that doubles its damage modifiers. Because that actually makes it somewhat comparative to... well, Giga Beam is already affected by Strength twice. It doesn't have the downside of being affected by Weaken twice. It doesn't get affected by Vulnerable twice, though. It's also cost 3. You can work around the downside of Giga Beam pretty consistently. Costing 3 is also is kind of just bad. We want to be able to play Vent Steam and Giga Beam in the same turn, but we wouldn't be able to. Meanwhile, Time Bomb has synergy with our stasis stuff, especially Sentry Blast and Floating Orbs. Man, I'd really hate to give up a Giga Beam, but it may just be right to take Time Bomb. It's also not great in boss fights without debuff reduction. Okay, I'll take the Time Bomb. Feels bad to pass this up, though. This is one of my favorite cards in Guardian's Kit. Strength Potion. It's what, gonna save 5 health? 4 health? Excuse me. I can't count. I can't read. It could save 5 health, though. Depends. Blessing of the Forge requires our hand to have stuff in it, but we have a couple block cards already. Strength Potion is better for elites. But honestly, so is Blessing of the Forge. We already have a Strength. More Strength doesn't hurt. We're still one fight away. I haven't been keeping track of potion chance. I think this is our 3rd potion, because we bought a boss potion. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're down to 30%. So next floor we might not even get a potion most of the time, so if we don't use a potion, then we're fine most of the time. I don't know, I feel like the amount of HP that saves is so minimal, though. I could be wrong. Like, Red Slaver hits for like 14 in large numbers in general. Also hits for 9 when it's doing the vulnerable, I think. So that's still a defend plus Essence of Steel. I don't know, man. I feel like any of these work, but I don't want to leak HP, so I guess Essence of Steel is better to keep. But do I want Strength Potion or Blessing? We know we just fought sentries, so it's either Nob or Lagavulin. Having upgrades is really good against Laga. Having strength is better against Nob. Wow. But we enter defensive against Lagavulin pretty consistently. Okay, I think all things considered we do this. We could fight... If we go to this left path, we could fight sentries again. I think I'm just going to take this path, though. Because we don't have very much gold for this shop, and getting rid of the Burning Elite is worth quite a bit. Anyway, after all that, Juzu Bracelet. I've keyed this in the past, but I was also forgetting that the hidden property of this is that question mark rooms, if they were going to be a fight, it turns them not into just any event, but it turns them into shrine events, which are the rarer and generally more powerful events of the Spire. Think of Upgrade, Duplication, Transform, Remove, Shrine. And then there's also things that are technically shrines but don't have shrine in the name, like Bonfire Spirits, I believe, is one. Yeah, there's a bunch of other really good events that do stuff. What about the rest of this act? We don't have any events this act. What about next act? How many fights do we take next act? I guess it depends on how well we do. I might upgrade my recovers over anything else. Floating Orbs upgrade is nice, but I don't think we need it to win immediately. Like, that'll be really, really good scaling in the late game, but right now I don't think we need it. So double recover could also... It gets us closer to defensive mode and gives us more front-loaded block against Act 2. So maybe we're good at it. We also have an anchor. That also makes us... in Toolbox and Broken Tooth, those all make us really good at combats. Yeah, I'm going to just take the Sapphire Key. I think we have a pretty good likelihood of finding better relics. That being said, someone else made a really good point that I read recently, that sometimes Act 3, relics you get in Act 3 just suck from a chest, so you key it very often anyway. You generally want to take as many relics as you can early on in a game, and save the key for the last chest so that you can get as much value out of it as you can. Sometimes like this, though, it's just, you're not expecting to get very much value at all, so you'd rather roll the dice. But you do need to be careful, though, because you're essentially saying, I'd rather trade this relic for a relic that I'm not going to see for another 2 acts, and not get the value from having this relic for those 2 acts. Like I said, though, I don't think it's a very high chance of getting anything amazing, or getting a lot of value out of it, because I think I want to take fights. Alright, let's see what they're doing here. It is Red Slaver, so Essence of Steel. You know, I was not actually expecting to fight this. It just was my first thought of a hard pull fight that's kind of difficult. I guess we'll get to see it in action. I don't think it's Magnetism. It's either Jack of All Trades or Deep Breath, and Jack of All Trades I just generally don't like. I'm going to take Deep Breath for an extra card. Right, we have Anchor, too. I could enter defensive here. I could play Vent Steam Time Bomb. Does that just kill? I think it's worth playing and then just using this if it doesn't kill. Okay. I don't really like that potion anyway, so just use it, right? We got a dex. We got a potion back. Pre-program Incinerate Reroute. Interesting. Pre-program, great stasis card. Passed it up earlier for the recover since I gave block, but right now it's looking pretty darn good with floating orbs. ×2 even. We're gonna have a lot of stasis stuff. I think this is fine. Maybe it's not, actually. We have Sentry Blast and 3 others already. So it already takes up a lot of our stasis stuff. Is this still good? The fact that it doesn't give damage or block on the turn you play it kind of hurts sometimes. It does get our stasis into play faster, though. Maybe we take it and hope for Stasis Strike or Time Capacitor. It is 2 uncommons, so we have pretty good chance of finding them. We could also find, like, Time Sifter from the boss, which would be an Accelerate, or Speed Boost could also happen. I don't know. I feel like if we don't have to take a 0-cost card in order to get stronger that doesn't give us damage or block, maybe we shouldn't. I don't know if we need to take either of those either. Incinerate's okay, I guess, actually. That upgrades to Accelerate twice. And we are a little bit short on attacks. Okay, I'll take it. We're gonna fight Knob. I did say I wanted to upgrade recovers. I'm wondering if upgrading a damage card is better, though. Like maybe Incinerate. Because that's going to happen later. Although, actually, well, the Accelerate twice still gives us value. It's just 1 damage is not significant. We have a Strength Potion. I could upgrade Vent Steam as well. We're fighting Guardian, right? Yeah. So the Vent Steam is actually worse value against Guardian. Could also upgrade Sentry Blast. There's a thought. Time Bomb matters a bit less because not fighting sentries, so it's only +4 damage, which we can absolutely get out of Sentry Blast. Right? Unless we draw it late, I guess. We're going to be using defensive mode against Nob if we don't draw well. Maybe it is actually floating orbs. That'd kind of suck. Everything kind of sucks because draw order. We're also not always going to play Sentry Blast against Guardian because their defensive mode lasts 2 turns. So they'll have their bronze scales for 2 turns, which damages us back when we play an attack. And since it's 2 turns, that means we're guaranteed to either have Sentry Wave then Sentry Blast, or Sentry Blast then Sentry Wave. And if we don't have the block to play the Sentry Blast, we're just going to wait. So it'd only be good against the one fight if we draw it early. Recovers are going to be good for Act 2, but it doesn't help with Nob. What if I kind of push myself into a corner with this one? I'm hoping that Time Bomb, Strength Potion, and Vent Steam altogether will do enough. I'm just going to go for the Recover upgrade. This is Laga. It's Nob. It's Regeneration Nob. Interesting. Oh yeah, we have this. Ooh, Purity. That's actually really good. We can get rid of any defensive cards that we don't want to redraw. Yeah, that's really good. And we got Vent Steam early too. That's amazing. Do I want to play this? No. Let's just... I think I want to keep it, though. There's no point in getting rid of it. Okay. So, Regeneration Nob. There's still a chance that we can kill this quickly. Oh, interesting. Sentry Blast, Incinerate. I think we still want the Weaken for next turn. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We want to enter defensive this turn with Gear Up, I think. Because we don't have Vulnerable for Time Bomb, so it's going to take at least another turn to actually pay off. But I don't want to do Weaken this turn, so I'm going to play Incinerate first. Then Sentry Blast, then Strike, then 20 damage. Can we do 20, actually? Time Bomb, Strike. If we don't draw Time Bomb, though, we can't. Or can we? With Floating Orbs... Let's see, this is 14, 18? Okay, not quite enough. So I guess we have to just take the 11 instead of the 6. So we take 5 more to guarantee we get a kill. Okay, we got Time Bomb. Deck is Washers, that's awesome. First 3 turns, we draw an additional card. Future plans, no. Vent Steam, we already have one. And Multi-Beam. Multi-Beam for more AoE is fine. We have Double Recover, which means we can put it into stasis somewhat consistently. It's good scaling, but we already have Floating Orbs and some Strength. Yeah, Future Plans, I think it's too late with our current stasis setup. I don't think Vent Steam is going to do enough for us either. So we would be taking this literally just for AoE. I guess having an alternate scaling strategy is fine. Might be good against Slavers to have 2 AoE cards. I don't know. It would take a while to get this back, because we can't play Multi-Beam and Recover in the same turn. We'd have to play Multi-Beam, draw Recover next turn, play Recover, then wait one more turn for Multi-Beam to come back out if we don't have Incinerate. It would just be good with Time Bomb. I think we skip it. Anyway, we got our green key. That's huge. We got 2 out of our 3 keys. I'm gonna upgrade my other Recover, like I said. It's gonna be great for Guardian and for Act 2. Alright, let's see what we fight here. Triple Lice. Time Bomb? They're all attacking. Good instincts, please. Right, we have Anchor. Oh. Okay. Gem Cannon. Oh, there's Stasis Strike. There's also an Emerald, which I'm starting to wonder if I'm undervaluing. Interesting decision. Gem Cannon. We have plenty of room for gems, so we could actually use that. I don't think we need that to carry us through Act 2, though. It's generally... I've come down so much on this card since I started the series. I felt like this card was so much more valuable beforehand. Like, I felt like I was taking a lot of gems before the series started, but I don't know what changed. Like, it was before the series... Like, before the series even started means that it isn't even my growth throughout the series that made me change my opinion. It's just... Maybe I got lucky beforehand? I felt like I was taking this really often, though. Maybe I need to review my runs from before the series started, and we'll see if I can see what's happening there. Actually, you can't even see socketed gems in run history. Anyway, I'm going to say no to Gem Cannon. So it's either Stasis Strike or Emerald. Stasis Strike, I think, does a lot of stuff for our Stasis build. It would mean we probably want an Energy Relic from this boss, but that's okay, I guess. We can take more Stasis stuff, which is really good with Floating Orbs. I wonder how many Stasis cards I would actually want to take, though. Maybe another Recover would be nice. Another Recover Plus at that. Or we could take the Emerald and try to work on our late game block scaling. Would be fine to socket that in Twin Slam. Could also socket one in Incinerate. I'm going to go with what I know and just take the Stasis Strike. Right? Well, what I know is that it's not necessarily... We have Time Bomb and Incinerate for Accelerate. So this would be like an investment for future Stasis things, but we have to take more cards for that. Maybe it is just... No, you know what? I'm going to take the Emerald. I don't have faith that we're going to gain that much more Stasis stuff. I guess if I find another Sentry Blast, then I'll eat my words, but I'd rather... I think that's still fine. We're still going to be very powerful. Anyway, that was something. Emerald. I think we put that in Incinerate first, and then we keep looking for other strong combos for Twin Slam. If we get an Onyx from this, though, I might be sad. But it might still be okay to have for Twin Slam for later. Like, we have two things that we can draw with it to keep this permanently anyway, so... More dexterity. Yeah. Alright, final upgrade before the boss. Time Bomb upgrade is pretty okay. AoE is always nice to have. Could go the Sentry Blast route, which is actually interesting now because we have double Recover, which brace 4 each. So Sentry Wave being upgraded to brace 2 makes all 3 of these cards equal 10. So if for some reason we don't draw Curl Up for a while, we can enter defensive. Or maybe even more importantly, we can enter defensive for the second time on our second shuffle. Because then we can get brace that adds up to 50 or more. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. This is like the one time that brace 2 is actually okay. And you know, I'm not convinced we're going to take more brace cards in the first place. Unless it's like Resilient Plate. Maybe Shield Spikes? I don't think we take a roll attack at this point. Unless it's like, unless we get like SNECK from the boss. Would I take SNECK away? I guess I'll find out if we were offered it. We could also upgrade Curl Up. Wait, that's 2 more brace. And also gives us control over stasis, which is really important. Yeah, I'm going to go for that upgrade. Really have come to value up this upgrade over time. Having control over stasis is actually so much more important than I thought it was. Panacea. Yes. We have to keep either 2 strength or 2 dexterity for the whole fight. That's great. And also we don't have to deal with these cards in our draw pile. Looks like we're doing 2 strength this fight. I could enter defensive and then just block next turn, and then we can keep Time Bomb for later rather than play it now. It's going to be a lot of burst damage, so we can split Guardian whenever we need it more than now. So, yeah, let's just do that. In fact, let's gear up Curl Up. I think we want to Curl Up Twin Slam. Right, we have 4 strength now. That's a lot. I guess that means we want to Curl Up Defend, because I think we're going to split fast enough. No, it's 2 turns? Let's see, 49 block. Which means we need to deal... how much damage raw? 33 damage raw. With 4 strength, that's minus 12, 21. So in theory, with 3 attacks, we could split Guardian. Maybe we put Time Bomb in then, and then just wait a few turns. We can even... yeah, actually, discounting this means we can just play it for free whenever we need it and draw it. The problem with putting either of these in is that putting this in means we could get this out on the defensive mode turn if we draw well enough. Because we only need 21 raw damage minus the strength and the vulnerable, and Incinerate, Strike, Strike is enough. Strike, 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 Sentry Blast is enough. Or we could whiff, and then Defend comes out on the turn that we split, and then we just don't get this during a defensive mode turn. This waits 3 turns, which I think is best. Okay, so now we have 30 out of 36 block. We got to recover. We got 3 strikes. That's not enough to split. So we do Floating Orbs, Recover, Strike, I think, or maybe we Recover. But if we do Recover, we can't put Sentry Blast in. Yeah, let's do Floating Orbs, Recover on Vent Steam, because that's always a free card. All right. Oh, Incinerate's here. It's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. We'll just wait for this for later. We don't need to play it now. And there's Floating Orbs proccing that. That's cool. We don't become vulnerable and weak. I like that. Oh, interesting. This Incinerate actually means we can play the Sentry Blast this turn. I think. Oh, not quite, actually. We take damage. Okay, so I guess we don't have Sentry Wave next turn. That's fine, we played Incinerate. We'll just come back to that later. Or, we can come back to it now. 18 block, we're just going to leave it at that. Do we get Incinerate again? No. Alright. It's only 13 block. Can't enter defensive. Guess we're just going to have to take the damage. A little unfortunate, but that's how it goes sometimes. Don't want to play Curl Up. That makes us enter defensive with the damage we take, actually, so no. We're going to recover, I think, Vent Steam? Do we want to keep recycling that damage? We're going to split next turn. So maybe I bring back Recover, actually. Maybe I bring back Curl Up. Yeah, then we enter defensive. Do I want to enter defensive and then? I guess keeping a card is also good enough. Okay. Oh, we got Incinerate and Time Bomb, wow. I think we're still just going to keep Time Bomb for later. We're going to put this other defend into stasis and then keep the free one. Oh, but we have to enter defensive now. Yeah, that's fine. That's still fine. We do it like this. We have enough block for next turn, and then we get this out in another turn. Hopefully we get Incinerate here. We got Time Bomb, of course. Actually, I could just play Time Bomb now. Get the Weaken for next turn. Don't have a lot of block coming up, though. I'm just going to leave it. Bring that back. Goodbye. Didn't want to do the math there, might as well just play cards. Spike Energy Drink, that's pretty good for the start of next act. I guess with Time Bomb, I guess it only affects Time Bomb positively 100% of the time. Ooh, but we're being offered another Gem Cannon or Body Crash Revenge Protocol. I don't know we gain enough block for Body Crash. We have an Anchor though. Anchors the 3 block relics are always kind of underrated when it comes to Body Slam synergy. In this case, Body Crash. So drawing a turn 1 wouldn't even be bad. Even get another 5 block from it. Revenge Protocol though. Revenge Protocol is just so good. I feel like either one's viable. And Body Crash being front load means that I think it's better in most situations because we don't have to play a power and then wait for the effect to come in. So what do? We do sometimes gain a lot of block with our defensive mode, but that's just Guardian things. We have a couple upgraded recovers as well. We have the start of some Dexterity. I don't know. I feel like both of these could be good. I feel like this is going to be good later. And this has some limits, but is still good. I'm going to go with the more fun pick here. I don't want to play Revenge Protocol right now. I'm going to go Body Crash. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We actually got the SNECK. Do we want that? I don't know, but Floating Orbs actually has some synergy with it. And we still have Stasis. Like Sentry Blast, I've mentioned plenty of times before, but Sentry Blast doesn't mind being SNECK-ified because after your first play, every other card is 0. Other options are Pyramid and Empty Cage, which means that SNECK is our only energy option. Pyramid has problems I've had problems with Pyramid in the past. Alliteration. On Guardian. I don't know if that's just a skill issue, it probably is, but there's also the issue of, like, hand space more than other characters because of stasis. And lacking energy is actually kind of hurts. Especially with all of your strikes and defends. Because if you recall, we removed the Bewildered. With SNECK, we'd actually like to keep it, but I think that would have hurt us too much in the act, and we didn't know we were getting it right. So, I don't know, it's just kind of wishful thinking more than practical. Empty Cage is interesting this early. Like, you give up a couple energy to get a lot of benefit later, because removals are very strong. I think we have to go SNECK. I don't think we're in a position where SNECK hurts us a ton. We even have a little bit of passive draw turn 1 to help out a little bit, and Anchor. And even Toolbox, actually. And Gear Up, is that a 10 card turn 1? 1, 2, 3, plus 7. Yeah, that's 10 cards. That means we give up Bag of Prep if we see it. Now, these cards always come in first, so we're not losing them. We would just be losing Bag of Prep value completely. I'm going to go with SNECK. I've always been a fan of SNECK. I always thought the relic was fun. A lot of surprising number of people disagree on that. Surprising to me, at least. And it's not just people who are not that good at the game. It's also a surprising number of somewhat skilled players. I find that very interesting. Let's see, this is 3 Elite, 2 Campfire, and also 3 Elite, 2 Campfire. So both of these routes are valid. Interesting, but they both stem from the same place. Also, there's a shop on this path, so we could just wait to cash in. 262 is good, but having more gives us more options at this shop, so I think we just go like this. Especially because I think we're very good at fights. We want to avoid question marks and the huge variance that we could be getting from them. Like, we don't want Forgotten Altar. We don't want... What's another one? What's another bad event in Act 2? I can't remember. Forgotten Altar is the big one. That's the one that's easiest to remember. Everyone hates that event. Unless you have Golden Idol. Which we do not, but still. Enlightenment. That's a great turn 1 SNECK card. Especially because you don't have to draw it. It's going to cost 0 even with SNECK in play. So any cards that are too expensive this turn are going to be cheapened. That said, Blind... Yeah, never mind. Blind blocks for 3. Screw that. Okay, that means we can actually play all 3 of these cards if we want. Especially because Floating Orbs is really good right now. I'm going to recover the Enlightenment. Oh, but then it just comes out immediately. Recovering Enlightenment's still good, I just don't want to accelerate it. So let's do this. Then we'll recover it. And looks like we're full blocking already. Do I want to do damage or gear up? I think we're still quite a bit away from entering defensive, unless we get curl up, so we just go for the kill. Maybe we get Time Bomb. Enlightenment's definitely going to help this turn quite a bit. Yeah, 4. We got 4 discounts there. In fact, we have only rolled 1 0 cost? Wow. How do we play this turn, then? Got a lot of options. A lot of 1-cost cards. We can play 3 of them. I wish you could reorder your hand just to organize things. I guess if I play Curl Up, I can. I guess entering defensive is still pretty good. And then we can play Body Crash for, what, 15 damage? And then we can play Sentry Blast to kill this one, so we always have enough block. And then we have some block for next turn in case this also attacks. Yeah, I guess we need to prioritize block here. So unless we can kill this with a way that doesn't require defensive mode, I think we just go for it. Recover, Defend, Body Crash also does it, I guess, but having block for next turn, yeah. So let's start by figuring out which card we're going to put into Stasis. Probably Time Bomb. The biggest damage? Yeah, that makes sense. 15, 20. And then Floating Orbs hits this one. Alright, you get Thorned as well. You didn't attack this turn, okay. Well, we're going to have stuff for next turn with this. Or no next turn at all. Alright, thanks Toolbox, that Enlightenment was great. Another Floating Orbs. Double Floating Orbs, pretty good, especially with SNECK, so you have more consistency in getting that in play. Repulsor, I don't think we take. Overload, I'm not a fan of active draw in SNECK. Yeah, I'm going to take the double floating orbs. That's going to be so powerful. We can buy a relic. I guess that's fine if we're going to wait for this anyway, so... Please don't give me a bag of prep. Omamori. Huh. Well, now I'm wishing I had Juzu Bracelet. Does this mean I prioritize, events? I mean, using Omamori isn't always good, because Forgotten Altar, like, it prevents the downside, but you don't get anything good for it. You could get Necronomicon for no curse. Like, that's the only way to not get Necronomicurse with Necronomicon, is to have Omamori. Maybe we just let the events in Act 3 happen normally. Actually, getting the Mind Bloom event in Act 3 would be so hype. 999 gold for free. So yeah, I'm just going to go with the normal pathing. Yes, yes, here, fair trade. Very nice. Get yourself a nice hotel room. Violence. That could get me Sentry Blast. Also, drawing our attacks with SNECK without... Like, this isn't drawing. It just puts them in your hand, so it doesn't randomize the cost with SNECK. So we'll get them at 1 or 2 or 0 cost, whatever their start at. But we get them out of the draw pile against the baseball, which is good, which means we can get our scaling in play, both the floating orbs and our stasis stuff. Also, these are expensive. I wish magnetism was good. It's such a cool idea, but colorless cards just suck. But we got floating orbs. Okay. So I want to play both of these, but also Sentry Blast. We can't weaken it, so I'll just play it. Okay, we got Strike, Strike, Time Bomb. That's acceptable. Now we got a bunch of... Oh, wow, that's a lot of block cards. Very nice. Just don't give me any... Not only did you give me a bunch of non-zeros, you prevented me from entering defensive. Wow. Wow, that's all I have to say to that. Defend Body Crush blocks for 10 versus recovers 8. We can bring back this other defend for next turn, though, but entering defensive mode is already pretty important. So we give up 3 block, what, 2 block this turn to get 3 block next turn. I guess that's still okay. Could also use this Dex Potion. I don't see myself using this much in the future. Could also just draw our block cards as well next turn. I'm going to use this. This full blocks and does 14 damage. This almost full blocks. We take 1 to guarantee we have block next turn. That's probably better. Especially because this will block for 5 now, even with the Frail. Okay, we got a couple. And of course we can't enter defensive, because why would I be allowed to do that? We even have 3 3-cost cards, so Spiked Energy Drink is not guaranteed to hit Curl Up in the first place. Maybe we still use it, though. Because, like... 10 block. Like, this could save us, what? I guess another 5? Because we can just play this. Nah, we're gonna keep this. This will have better use later. SNECK, you gotta work with me a little bit. Okay, well we got a good turn now, I guess. Recover the defend? Yeah. So now we can defend. Okay, you're dead. Fuck you, baseball. Hey, look, another Sentry Blast. Regret for not taking the Stasis Strike. But at least we have a Dexterity Gem, so it's not that bad. There's also Shield Charger here, for even more block. That also means more defensive mode and more block for Body Crash. So it's like we have two different ways to scale our damage here. But this also gives block. This also gives block, though. You know, maybe the Stasis Strike isn't that bad, because, like, considering last fight, we couldn't even play Curl Up or Recovers that much. So we didn't like even have, we weren't even using the room we had. I guess Shield Charger is the same philosophy, huh? The problem with Shield Charger is that if it's cheap, then you're only getting the value for 1 or 2 turns. 2 turns, I think, is okay. 1 turn, not so much. And in order to get it into stasis, we have to use either Curl Up or Recover. So we either need to draw Curl Up in the same hand, or wait to draw Recover and have Shield Charger in our discard. I'm not liking those options. As much as Shield Charger is a good card. We also have a couple of Accelerate stuff, which is okay sometimes, but not always. Double Sentry Blast always guarantees Weaken if we get both into play, and also makes us more consistent to get one into play. And also Floating Orbs is a lot of damage. It's just that it's not actual block. I'm actually kind of looking for actual block right now. Also, I am nervous that we don't actually have enough room for stasis stuff. Also, this isn't even front-loaded block. We have to wait a turn or accelerate it in order to get the Weaken. I guess accelerating it makes it kind of viable. Which one? Despite the downsides of Shield Charger, I am still kind of leaning into it, but I might regret that. I'm actually leaning towards... I think I'm going to regret it because these stasis cards are not the best way to put it into stasis. Yeah, I'll go Sentry Blast. Maybe we'll find another Shield Charger later anyway. It's a common card. And Metamorphosis doesn't work with SNECK. They reroll anyway. I'll take a Panache, though. I will, in fact, take a Panache. I want to play Curl Up this turn so we can actually enter defensive mode for once. I could also recover Body Crash, though. And just replay that. I'm gonna do this. And Curl Up on, I guess, the Defend. Everything else is too expensive. And Strike just doesn't matter. This is good, actually, because we can enter defensive here and have the block for next turn. Oh, well, I guess we take 1. That's fine. I'm fine with taking 1. Looks like we have a kill here. Yeah. Another Emerald. Okay. Twin Slam Emerald. Twin Slam gets a lot worse with SNECK, but it's still something. I wonder if it's good enough, though. Like, at any cost other than 0, it just kind of sucks. And we want to play defensive cards after that, and we only have, what, 6? We could put it in Vent Steam, I suppose. That's not so bad. What about the other cards? Evasive Protocol, Temporal Strike. 1-cost powers are generally not impactful enough to take with SNECK, because if you don't get them into play, then you're kind of just... they're kind of just dead cards. Temporal Strike actually gets us energy sometimes. It's also very cheap as a SNECK card. I don't think we take it, though. I think Floating Orbs is going to be doing enough damage, as well as Body Crash. Could still take the Emerald. I'm not convinced that's the right play. Need some water. Twin Slam, Vent Steam. I'll take it. If we find a way to keep that permanently, then I'm going to be grateful to have it. 14, okay. Do I take this to draw one more card? I guess so, because I could just choose not to play it. It's free. Doesn't cost me a card draw here. Mayhem is interesting as well, but I don't think so. Actually, Mayhem could be bad. No, not with this deck. Mayhem's probably good. This saves us more often. Well, I actually don't know that. Well, if we got body crash, though, on a turn where we had defensive mode and we kill this, then we're actually in trouble. That could be a potential downside. I don't know. Do we need more cards per turn? Do we need our scaling in play faster? Can we afford to play 200 card? It completely depends on what we draw this turn, so I'm going to take the deep breath. Looks like we might have been able to do it. Wow. Drew a lot of zeros. Let's see what we get here. We got Time Bomb. Wow. Got another 3-cost curl up, but what else is new? We're going to Time Bomb now. I could recover and then Deep Breath again. Let's see what we get. Right, we shuffle if we do that. Guess I'll play the Gear Up since I don't have to play Defend. That was a pretty good turn. Got them both down to 32. Please hit the Centurion with this Floating Orbs. Really appreciate. Thank you. Okay. And now we just have a kill, easily. A third Emerald. At this point, just why not, right? I guess if we're still looking for better stuff for Twin Slam, then maybe. Because like Twin Slam is kind of not carrying its own weight right now. We could just end up just removing it. Although if we take an Emerald and socket it, then no loss. But if we find better gems, then there is a loss. Now I'll skip this time. There are a couple gems that would be worth it. Oh, Enlightenment's back. Gotta take it for situations just like this. Okay, how do we win this? I guess I could have done Spiked Energy Drink first. I don't know. Our 0 costs are Defend, Sentry Blast. We can Incinerate to gain Dexterity and weaken one of them. Then we can play Recover. We can also play Vent Steam instead of Floating Orbs. Floating Orbs being random damage kind of sucks. But then again, Vent Steam, well, it targets one guy in particular. That's kind of good. Yeah, we'll go Vent Steam instead of Floating Orbs. We'll go Vent Steam, Incinerate, Recover for our block this turn. Get Enlightenment back for next turn. It's only 30, so we take 3. We're also not being weakened. That's great. Okay, Enlightenment, right, having 2 cards in stasis actually means we draw less because of Dekka's Washers. Hand space is going to be an issue. I'm just going to say that. 21, this kills Slaver already, so I think we just want to start targeting one of these other ones. We're going to enter defensive this turn as well, I think. Maybe now we get Floating Orbs. $21? Wait, that worked normally? That's really weird. Why did that work normally all of a sudden? That's very strange. Okay, I don't know. I don't know anymore. We're going to enter defensive. We're going to hope that Floating Orbs does something next turn to kill this. Because now we have to deal with the fact that we're being entangled. That's not great. Not expecting that to happen. Please give me some zero cost this turn. Or just a lot of block. I guess we'll have to see what we get. I can curl up the Sentry Blast for next turn. That seems fine. Looks like it's going to be double defend here. Did actually hit that, but eh. Take 5? Okay. Take another 13. Wow. This fight did not go very well. I blame things not working as I expected. Okay. Probably want to play recover, yeah. Get body crash back. Maybe we can accelerate it if we're lucky. Actually, we're not. We don't have to be lucky. We get it here. Forgot that that's the only card left in our draw pile. That's a lot of zeros. Okay, we didn't even need body crash. Frozen Egg. With a time capacitor that's been upgraded and doesn't mean anything. Well, I didn't notice any stasis problems yet. Other than our hand space. So it looks like we don't need any more slots. There's another emerald. Sheesh. Is the game trying to tell me something? I think we skip these. This is going to go into our Vent Steam. There are some good gems for Vent Steam specifically, but I think Dexterity is fine. It's a setup card, so putting setup in setup works. Could upgrade our Sentry Blasts to start getting that brace per turn. It's actually kind of useful. I think we are going to go to the shop route here on the left. Means a couple elites in a row at the late part, but I think it's still fine. We want to use our gold. We have a better upgrade. I guess the floating orbs or something, but I'm going to go for the brace on Sentry Blast, Sentry Wave. Since we can get 2 of them, it's actually kind of relevant. There's a Bauble Burst on sale. Interesting. There's also Frozen Eye. I wonder how good Frozen Eye is on SNECK. Probably not amazing. Because you don't know the cost of cards before you draw them. You can maybe plan out some things. We can afford Frozen Eye card remove. You can also afford Vajra card remove. In case we want some more strength. More strength, I think, is always nice in a deck. Well, with double floating orbs, maybe we don't need it. Maybe we would rather have Frozen Eye. Wonder how often I'd use the Frozen Eye. Bauble Burst is also pretty good as SNECK. As SNECK-wide character. Whatever. You get what I mean. Could buy that in a card remove. I think card remove we're always buying because I'm tired of getting bad draws. Could buy Strike. We don't have any more events to sack, so we can't get a surprise shop. Frozen Eye SNECK is interesting. What does the flavoring on this say again? Staring into the eye, you see a glimpse of your future. Okay. What does this one say? And I have a fallen SNECK much larger than you imagined. I'm noticing, whoa, that's a huge disparity. We've rolled a lot more zeros and ones than twos and threes. And yet we still have a negative discount, which means that cards are on average more expensive. Crazy. Man, I really want to speculate into this. I don't know if it's worth it, though. You still need to find good gems for it. We're halfway done through the game. We're also looking for something for Twin Slam. Although I might just remove it at the next shop anyway. I'm going to just take the Frozen Eye and we're going to see how that works out. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but we'll have fun with it. Molten Egg. Wow. We now have 2 eggs. We're being attacked. Take the Dark Shackles. Right, we have all that, but I don't care. How do we play this turn? Can't enter defensive. I can recover something. I can play Sentry Blast for next turn. That's actually probably the best setup I can get. So we have both floating orbs in hand, and this one costs 0. We weaken this to 18 damage. We can get 15 block by entering defensive and defend. That's actually the maximum we can do, isn't it? So I guess we might as well play the floating orbs. And then what do we curl up? Maybe the strike? Yeah. Maybe the Twin Slam so we don't have to deal with it. Now we'll get this out in a couple turns. Okay, 3 damage. Maybe I should have rested. Yeah, I can rest at the next fire. Okay. Attack Potion. And more 1-cost cards I don't think we want. Yeah, I think I'm going to rest here. We have 3 elites. We have 2 elites in a hard pull fight coming up, so safety is important. The Book of Stabbing. Master of Strategy? It's a lot of draw. I should also look at my draw pile before I forget that I have Frozen Eye. I could take Hand of Greed too, and then hopefully get some gold out of this. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't think we're in that much trouble. Curl up, Time Bomb, recover. Oh, we draw curl up. Okay, Time Bomb, recover, Twin Slam is what we could have gotten this turn. Doesn't seem amazing. Also, we wouldn't have known what cost they were anyway, so... Okay, what if I do Floating Orbs, curl up on Hand of Greed, and we just try to rush this down as fast as possible? I don't know if we'll get this in time, to be honest. Maybe we just redraw to it. Or, we put it into stasis and incinerate it? No, it still comes out after the redraw. Okay. So I want to spend energy on Floating Orbs and gear up. At least 1 energy left. I guess incinerate. Yeah, we can incinerate whatever card we put into stasis here. So what card do we want? We have 20 block this turn, we lose 14. And the next turn we have 16 versus either 21 or 24. We have some block cards coming up. Recover always blocks fully. Body Crash sometimes blocks. I guess that means we don't need to put this in. Maybe we put a 2-cost defend. Maybe we do Sentry Blast. So that with the Incinerate and Time Bomb it comes out in 2 turns. And then we get the Weaken. That's pretty good planning, I think. We'll do that. It's a bit weird, but I think it'll work. Okay, we did get that. We got Time Bomb for free. That's good. I think that means we go Vent Steam, Sentry Blast, Time Bomb, Defend. It's just so much damage. Yeah. Even weaken right now if I want, and then... Oh yeah, we don't even get the weaken next turn. We have to wait. Unless we get Incinerate. Maybe it was bad to do that then. Oh, we got Hand of Greed. Okay, can we kill this turn then? That's the real question. Let's find out. We might be able to with a potion. So, keep my eye out for that. Does 31? We don't want the floating orbs to hit, so we need to do another 11 damage. We can absolutely do 11 damage. Awesome. 20 gold. Let's go. Deflecting Bracers. Start of your turn, gain counter equal to half the amount of expired block. Seems pretty good to me. Also, it still interacts with defensive mode in a way that's beneficial. I don't remember if that was fixed or not. Aquamarine. Only can go into Twin Slam. Hey, there's a shield charger again. I'll take it this time. Dexterity Potion. It's our boss, Automaton. Maybe it's good. Is it better than... Spiked Energy Drink is really hard to use with SNECK. Sometimes it's good, but a lot of the times it's just going to hit 3 cost cards. And this already has a restriction that it can't cost 3 if you muddle it, so you want to muddle 2 cost cards. But you can't control that from happening, so sometimes you just get 2 costs in your hand. Yeah, let's keep the Dex Potion for the boss. Maybe. Okay, what do we get here? Sadistic Nature. Guardian has a pretty rough time applying debuffs unless you have Sentry Blast specifically. Vent Steam helps a little bit. So like these will apply debuffs sometimes. I think we care more about thinking ahead. What are we drawing now? We're drawing 8 cards. So up to this Defend. Thinking ahead will get us Time Bomb Defend. And you know, the secondary part of thinking ahead that puts the card back on top is actually pretty good. Because anything that costs too much we can just re-roll if we want to play it next turn. I don't think we care about Secret Weapon. Sentry Blast actually kind of good to grab with Secret Weapon. I don't think Time Bomb Defend is a huge deal unless we can also play... Unless we can play Shield Charger Time Bomb. We're gaining Defend, Defend, Recover, and Body Crash. And we're up against 21 damage this turn. We have 10 from Anchor. We'd be investing in Weaken next turn. But if we're playing Shield Charger, we're fine. Okay, we'll go Thinking Ahead then. See if we can use that. Oh god, these costs are awful. Wow, that's absolutely terrible. I can't even play Shield Charger. Unless I know for a fact that Time Bomb's going to cost 0. Also, we can only play one of these. Wow. Slay the Spire moment. I guess I can, like, do this, though. Whoa, hold up. What? Wow, that luck. I guess we can do Body Crash next turn, then. Yeah, because we're definitely doing Shield Charger Time Bomb this turn. That gives us 2 more block. And the next turn we get 10 more... No, we get 7 more block, and then we have Body Crash for a bit more damage and block. Do we want Recover, maybe? What would I even recover? Everything is expensive. Yeah, we'll just put this back on top. Wow, that was some good luck right there. Although a 1 in 4 is not that hard to hit. Just not consistent. But, you know, I'm usually planning for contingencies in case we hit a 1 in 4 that we don't want to hit. This time we got some nice luck. Hitting a 1 in 4 we did want to hit. Also, we have Incinerate and Vent Steam. We could probably go for this right now. Oh, and we can enter defensive, too. Alright, so let's do this. Then I'm going to play Gear Up. Actually, maybe I could have played just Curl Up. Oh well. I'll put Strike into stasis, and then... Wow. Yeah, we could have killed there with Strike instead of Gear Up. That's alright, though. We didn't take damage, that's the important part. Alright, cool. So far we've taken 1 damage from the past 2 fights. Explosive Pot. Better than an attack potion? Possibly. We have a 1/2 chance of hitting Slavers again. Oh, and we can hit Gremlin Leader again. Yeah, let's change. Oh, there's Onyx. Onyx with SNECK. Definitely interesting. That said, we can only put it in Twin Slam. I think I'd rather just remove Twin Slam at this point. Onyx has too many downsides with SNECK to put into another card that has downsides. Although maybe we just socket it here, and then since we don't want to take these, we can just socket it in the Twin Slam and just still remove it later. We wouldn't be losing anything. We could only be gaining. Although I guess we lose the possibility of playing this if we don't want to play it. So we miss out on a bit of damage sometimes. But we have the opportunity to cleanse Confusion when we have good costs. That might still be worth it. Can also keep Dexterity. Alright, I'll go for it. I'm probably still going to remove Twin Slam, but I think this is still fine to do, as is. Swift Strike versus Discovery. I don't think the odds are very high we kill this quickly. If we really whiff this turn, I want Discovery. That was not a whiff. This is a very good hand. I didn't even see the Recover come in yet. I keep forgetting that Decca's Washers comes in so late. So, what do we spend energy on? We're doing Curl Up, Time Bomb, Recover. I guess our other 3 energy is Floating Orbs, Gear Up, Discovery. So let's do Discovery first. Let's see what we hit. There's Giga Beam. Giga Beam, Time Bomb. Is that enough? We have 2 strength. This is 40 plus 16. And then we can also play the Strike to finish this off. Yeah, okay. Well, that's a kill. And it did the thing again where it didn't increase its damage. Did it maybe get ninja patched? No, it was doing stuff earlier. Maybe it's just multiple enemy fights. Liquid Bronze. Don't need that anymore. Ooh, a Garnet. Garnet, Onyx, Twin Slam. Very interesting. More vulnerable is nice. I could absolutely see myself actually doing this. In fact, I can even socket the Garnet into Twin Slam here and then just leave the Onyx unsocketed until I decide for sure. Wow. Does that mean I want to keep Twin Slam? Is it that good now? Or is it still inconsistent enough to... is this gem combo strong enough? We've never had this gem combo before, so it's definitely interesting. That said, our best combo with Onyx and Twin Slam is with Vent Steam, which already applies Vulnerable. But I guess since we're heading into the late game, having more turns isn't actually that bad of an effect. Why not? I'm not feeling super threatened about our future, so let's just socket this. We'll use Twin Slam when we can, and then we'll keep the Onyx unsocketed until later. What was the upgrade I wanted now? Sentry Blast? That's right. Still going to wait to upgrade Twin Slam, since we're going to have to wait for a while to hit another Campfire. Might as well just wait until the next act to upgrade Twin Slam anyway. Okay. Let's see what we got. We're getting Floating Orbs through Floating Orbs, which means that we draw Curl Up and Recover with either Thinking Ahead or Finesse. We're not being attacked this turn, so entering defensive mode could be okay to block next turn, but also could just be a waste. It's probably a good idea. Finesse is kind of just bad as a SNECK card, though, so I think we take Thinking Ahead. And Madness just doesn't do anything. Oh, we got 2 cheap floating orbs. Wait, this is a really good hand with Onyx. Do I just leave these at normal cost then? Maybe I do. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play double floating orbs. And I think that means we do that before we draw, so that these always cost 1 as well. On it, floating orbs, floating orbs. I want to play Incinerate to get that permanent dex. I could do Onyx first, then Recover. Does this matter at all? I'm just trying to make use of the Accelerate here, but I don't think it actually matters. What if we Strike, Recover, Incinerate, Onyx? Then we get another 9 damage. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, but if we play Incinerate, I can't actually enter defensive this turn. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Also, if we draw... Well, we're not drawing Body Crash. Oh, no, we are. We put a card back on top, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So let's not do Incinerate then. Let's just play the Onyx. We're not going to keep the Dex. We're going to play Thinking Ahead. I guess we put this on top of the draw. Maybe. Yeah, then we can recover the Onyx and gain the Dexterity permanently that way. Okay. Yeah, that works. That works for me. And then I'll just play this, and I'll curl up the Recover. Okay. We figured out that turn. I could have also done Dex Potion, but now I just feel like I might just want to keep it. Oh wait, we got Onyx out, so Incinerate wasn't even necessary, but the Dexterity still is, so. You're taking my Sentry Blast and my Shield Charger. I kind of want my Shield Charger and my Sentry Blast. Wow, I want both of those. I wish my Vent Steam came this turn. It would be nice to keep some strength, too. Unfortunately, it's next to the last card in my deck. How fast do we actually kill this? This is a lot of block to have this turn. With Body Crash, that does another, like... does 61 damage. Wow. And this is already really low. For a turn 1, anyway. So this gets it down to 200. I don't think that's fast enough. But we can prevent one of these from living. So... whichever one we leave takes a Sentry Blast. Okay. So I guess we go for this one. And then let Body Crash kill this one. But I don't know... I guess we play Onyx last then. So that Floating Orbs doesn't accidentally... You know what, just screw it. Because we gotta play this anyway. Oh wait, we want to play Onyx. Because if we get it back next turn, we get it with Vent Steam. Okay. Okay, of course we hit that. Of course we hit it again. Okay, okay, well, that's gonna be it then. That's fine, though. This is going very well. Killing a thing that fast is so unusual for any character. I think we're just going to coast through this fight super fast. I am going to put Shield Charger in now. Also going to start tripping Artifact on Bronze Automaton. We're going to keep some debuffs permanently. Yeah, this is going to block for us the next 2 hits. That's really good. Oh yeah, we also got the counter. That's cool. Let's see. 29. It's almost enough. How do we do this? Oh, I don't actually want to play Time Bomb, because that accelerates this, and then we don't get the block on the Hyper Beam turn. Okay, so that makes this easier, actually. Oh, we also enter defensive next turn if I play Recover, or no, if I play Curl Up. I could Curl Up on Recover. I don't want to do both, because I don't want to enter defensive now. Although Body Crash would do a lot of damage. Yeah, I think we just do Curl Up on Recover, so we still play it for our block next turn. Play Defend. Sentry Blast. Strike. I was actually kind of hoping this would die, but that was kind of not a good idea. So we get this out, we don't get to play it. Whatever. Bit of a misplay, that's fine. Okay, now I can incinerate this or Time Bomb without repercussions. Don't have Onyx in hand. Might get it with, actually we do get it with Vent Steam. This is Frozen Eye. So, how do we do this? I want as much block as possible for Body Crash, I guess. So, Dexterity's good. But also, Twin Slam. Stripping Artifact is pretty good, too. I guess we only have to do it once, though. Yeah, okay. We'll do it like that, then. Oh, but I could have just done Sentry Wave. Oh well. That was not the card I meant to play. Alright. Let's see how much damage we get. We're already full blocking this, so that's nice. Oh. Okay. Oh, Gem Cannon's back. Giga Beam's back. And a second Onyx. Wow. Don't need a second Onyx. But Giga Beam with SNECK and an Onyx, this is upgraded too. I think we can actually take that. It still has some use. We also have Onyx to help with it. Once we put it in Twin Slam, it gets tied to that though. What's funny though is that if we get cheap enough costs, we can go Twin Slam, Giga Beam, Twin Slam to get the vulnerable and then cleanse the debuff. I think we do. I think this is still good for the early parts of Act 3 because, or the hallway fights, I guess, because of the both the Darklings and the Jawworms. So like this does fall off, but I think because we have Onyx, we can make it work. And also the vulnerable, so, and all our strength gain. All our strength gain? We have some strength gain. I think it's good enough, especially out of these three, so. Okay. I do not think this is a Wanderbots build. Wanderbots, I've mentioned before, that from my experience, it seems like removing a stasis slot is not just a general debuff, it's kind of a threshold being moved, where you either are okay with having only 2 stasis slots, or it's really punishing. I think in this case it's punishing. Curse Key, we have Omamori. So if we don't hit an event that gives us curses, we can actually just open a chest and get the relic. That being said, I don't mind missing out on a relic if we do get the 999 gold. I think that's way better than Remake Film. I think this is an easy cursed key. Alright. So what have we in this act? Looks like our maximum is 3 elites again. And it looks like our pathing is going to be on this left side here. Actually, both of those are valid. And then down here, I want to take a couple events. Where's the shops in this act? I guess here? If we hit the 999 gold, we give up an elite to go here. That's fine. 2 chances. Not very many. So, overall, I think we only had 1 event last act. So we didn't really have a use for Juzu Bracelet. And then we're only hitting 2 events this act. And I don't think Mind Bloom is a shrine event. I don't think it's that unlikely. I think it's a very likely event. So, fingers crossed for that. Anyway, I'm going to take a break, so I'll be right back to finish this run. And we're back. Let's remark this path. I guess we could also go this way, huh? Keep the elite, but sacrifice the campfire for that. That's pretty good. And we want to try and get events. Okay. We attack for 21 this turn. What's our deck like again? How much defense? We've got 2 recover pluses. Oh, right, this is Frozen Eye. So we're going to draw these 7. Actually, 8. We do get a recover and a defend. Not quite curl up. So we get 13 block this turn. So we're how much short? 8 short. Do we take the panic button in exchange for keeping 8 health? Like, do we not want to block as much next turn? I think this still doesn't work with the no block, so we can't do like curl up on shield charger then time bomb. We can enter defensive with curl up, gear up though. Actually, does Giga Beam just kill here? We don't have any strength yet. Not quite. Actually, we have Twin Slam, so that's 60 damage? Okay, I guess it doesn't matter then. Oh, right, we have SNECK Eye. So I guess it was technically possible that we didn't get the right cost. Alright, we have Anchor too, so I guess Panic Button. Alright. Spending our first fight getting refamiliarized with this, we'll be fine. Speed Potion. Is that better than... I mean, we have an Onyx. So we get to keep 1 Dexterity. We already have Dexterity gems in our deck. I think it's just better to keep these potions. Ancient Power. You know, I was actually thinking during the break whether or not putting Onyx in this would actually be a good idea. Because we do actually kind of want to play the Vulnerable when we can. So giving up the Vulnerable in order to not play Onyx during a bad SNECK cost shuffle would maybe be a bad idea. So I might want to socket this into something else, and lo and behold, we have Ancient Power available, which means that we always gain 1 Strength, 1 Dex from this. That being said, we already have some Strength and Dex in the deck already, so if we want to play this, we're probably not lacking in temporary buffs. I might want to put that in something else. Maybe a Piercing Hide. Get some block along with it, too. So Walker Club Plus here. I think we do enough damage still, between the double floating orbs, body crash, Giga Beam, and all that. So I don't think we're looking for cards like this, even though this is very good damage, especially upgraded. And Charge Core is pretty good with SNECK, but I don't think we need it. Let me actually check my attack density here. We have 2 AoE cards, got a couple Sentry Blasts, Body Crash, Incinerate, Twin Slam, and Strikes. Maybe we are a bit low on stuff to kill Reptimancer's daggers, because Giga Beam, we don't have a great way to deal with the debuff yet. Maybe under certain circumstances we could, but against Rapto we really just want to kill the daggers as soon as possible. So time bombs are our only best option. So Charge Core could help with that, especially since it's upgraded. I think if it wasn't upgraded, I wouldn't consider it. If I have anything in my... I guess Deflecting Bracers could do something. This also doesn't work early because we draw so many cards a turn. This is 8 cards. We have Stasis, we have Gear Up. Okay, I think that tips me in the favor of skipping here. Alright, please give me the 999 gold in one of these events. Transform a card. You know, I'm not really feeling transforms. As much as I don't really like the strike, I don't know if, well, I guess if we're not going to play the strike most of the time, then it's still good. That being said, we still want to kill Reptomancer daggers, so this could help with that. So what do we do? We just ignore the shrine? We can't... I don't want to take random gems either. Even though we could find a good one for Twin Slam, those would be unsocketed for a while, and we'd always have a total of 2 unsocketed at least, because we don't have enough slots for all of them. What would we even transform into? I guess there's... I feel like there's some possibility here. That's what my intuition's telling me. I think I'm just going to leave. Apotheosis. Interesting. It is always going to cost 2, despite Snecko, though, so... It might be better than Secret Weapon and Mind Blast. Actually, Secret Weapon's still pretty good with Sentry Blast. I'll go this. Actually, do we just have a kill here again? I think we just have a kill here again. That's 60, and this is at least 21. Yeah. Overload, Orb Walk Plus, and Ruby. Orb Walk Plus. We have double recover, but it's also randomized cost. We'd like it to be at least 1 cost. I guess it's still pretty good. Is that good enough scaling to take? Possibly. Like, I know we have the floating orbs, but that still takes a while to get into play. Also, what are we fighting this act? Time Eater, so it's a 50-50 for Awakened one. That could be a strategy for Awakened one. We just recycle the Orb Walk over and over if we want. Because putting it into stasis and getting the strength that way doesn't play a power. I'm always tempted by upgraded Orb Walk, especially when we have other ways to put cards into stasis. I'm just not convinced that's the play. Two floating orbs is good. I just don't know if it's good enough. I'm gonna continue to say skip here. All right, last chance. That is not an event at all, which makes me sad. Good Instincts does nothing right now. I guess we could do Mind Blast and then see if we get something off the redraw. This is not a great Onyx. We'll go Floating Orbs. Do I want Shield Charger? It's only going to be in stasis for 2 turns, and next turn might not even matter. What about Vent Steam Recover? We're going to be Frail. This is only going to give us 7 block. Actually, our next turn. We can enter defensive next turn, and we get Defends and Recover Plus again. Okay. Let's just go like this then. It is the 30. Interesting. Thankfully, we can enter defensive very easily here. So let's just play some cards. $22 is pretty good. Maybe I could have used Dexteria Potion there. Save 8 HP. I could have played Floating Orbs, but I think this is actually fine to do it like this, because then we can play Body Crash. 24 was actually not as much as I thought it would be. I guess because I'm frail and weak, it kind of doesn't work. Okay. How do we block this turn? I have 6 energy, so I guess it's just defend, defend, recover. That's got to be good enough. Guess I'll bring back the strike for next turn. If I'd done this first, I could have gotten some block for Body Crash. That's fine, though. Might as well put this in. This fight's almost over. Okay. Duplication Potion. I think we still keep Explosive Pot for the elites. I don't think we need the Dex Potion. I just wish I'd used it. Yeah, I will absolutely take another Time Bomb. Even though we're nearing the point where AoE is no longer needed for the rest of the game, that's when we get to the boss gauntlet. This is still good Accelerate then, and this is going to help us a lot with Reptimancer right now. And possibly these. Although Giga Beam would be nice too. What are we getting here? Giga Beam next turn, okay. We can enter defensive, we can maybe play Recover. Enlightenment might be a good idea. Being attacked for 29. We have 10 from Anchor. Another 10 from Curl Up, Gear Up. And Recover? Okay, I'll take Enlightenment then. Shield Charger. It doesn't matter. So that's 29. I still want to be able to kill with Giga Beam next turn, which means I think I play Twin Slam twice, so that I have the vulnerable for next turn. So we take 1 damage. That's fine. And I mentioned this fight for Giga Beam, actually, so... And I also meant the Darklings, and we also killed with that, too, so... Giga Beam has done its job, absolutely. Although, that, Time Bomb might have been able to do the job, too. Power Potion, I don't mind dropping for these two. Stasis Strikes back. Do we do it now? Do we do it now? It's a good question. I guess if we go into juggling routes with recovers, we could end up... Well, I guess recovers usually go for low-cost cards. Cards in hand, like Future Plans with SNECK usually gets expensive cards, which means that you do actually want some extra stasis slots, but Recover and Sentry Blast, I guess double Sentry Blast makes it a little crowded, especially with Shield Charger. We do have more Accelerate though, at least in the short term. So I don't know. Maybe we could use this. It's also decent damage, especially upgraded. I feel like there's a decent chance that this becomes relevant, so I'm going to take it. We'll get our attack density up too as well. Alright, what's our turn 1 look like? 21, we have... Oh, that's not very much block at all, but this is also not very much block. At least we have Anchor. So we get 8 cards, we get up to Defend. Maybe this is a Hand of Greed. Maybe we can greed this, who knows. None of those cards are going away except for Panache, and Panache is not the greatest thing in the world anyway. Defend Body Crash is 3 energy. So I think I'm going to use my remaining energy on Gear Up. Just get it out of hand. And hopefully we draw well this turn. Okay. I shouldn't even be saying hopefully, because I have Frozen Eye. I think Shield Charger is a good idea here. Sentry Blast is pretty good. And this would have been a good turn if they were an intangible. I don't want to Incinerate. Barely does any damage anyway. So what do I want to bring back? I guess Defend makes sense. We're missing Curl Up. It's the last card, so we can't enter defensive that easily. Actually, I guess we can because Recover exists. So Recover plus this will be 6 brace, and we only need 5. So I guess we're okay on that front. Although if it is the 45 attack weakened to 33, I would like to have a bit more block. So next turn we're going to have 10 from defensive mode. This will be 33. We'll have another 5 from this because we have 2 temporary dexterity. So it's 15. I guess we want this for another 10, and this is for another 8. Okay, I'll put this in. And I'll play Stasis Strike. There's the 45, just as I anticipated. Oh right, that also gives me brace. So what else can I do here? I guess we play Time Bomb, because that gets us another 10, and they're vulnerable, so this is going to be big damage. I can also do this. So 30 versus 33. That means I could just play the Defend, which means I can also do that. Do I want to play the Onyx? How's the draws looking? That doesn't look great, I'm going to be honest. Defend, Twin Slam are pretty good. Recover's okay, but then we have Giga Beam, Floating Orbs, Body Crash, and those are all pretty important cards. So I'm just going to grab some more block. I think we curl up Body Crash and then hope we get an Accelerate. We can't. Doesn't come in time. So this will come out another intangible turn. That's a shame. I think we curl up anyway. I mean, this is still 5 block. Hand of Greed also comes on the wrong turn. That's a shame. So what do we do? I guess we just put Defend into Stasis. These are both it's both essentially the same. Might as well do the one that does 1 damage. I don't know, maybe we can get this down to within a few HP so that we can kill with just intangible damage. does not very much block this turn, though, I will say. Oof. Do we just take a lot of damage, then? That really sucks, if so. I don't think Dupe Potion does anything either. Maybe I could have duped the Curl Up last turn? Alright, looks like we're taking 25 then. That's not good. Yeah, it's really bad. Oh wait, no! Hand of Greed is coming on the right turn. And I'm going to leave it at that. We should get a kill very easily here. Sundial going off. Alright, 20 gold. Essence of Steel, don't need that. Aquamarine, we have no space. Reroute Vent Steam. I think we skip it. Alright, we probably rest here, to be honest. What would we even upgrade if we wanted? Vent Steam, maybe? Shield Charger could be good this late. The Floating Orbs could be good, although having two of them makes them already very powerful. Incinerate. We have a lot of good ones. I do think we need to rest in order to survive the next couple fights. Yeah, if I had thought about the Dupe Potion thing, I would have done it. Just didn't think about it. We get both Sentry Blast and Time Bomb. Interesting. That's good. Then Master of Strategy draws Incinerate, Defend, Strike, which are not amazing cards to begin with. Yeah, okay. Okay. Now we're set up for this turn, in theory. We might even get the kill with Giga Beam here. Yeah, looks like it. Should be 66 here. And what, another 24? Actually, 32. Yeah, we have this. Okay, easy fight. White Beast statue. You're a bit late, but okay. Skip these again. And I think we want to take an elite and sacrifice the fire for this shop. Although we do have another shop in Act 4, having multiple chances at good stuff I think is a good idea. Also removes. So. And since we're not getting any more events, well, there's actually one more event. If we get wait, we can't get 999 gold here, so never mind. Pair. Okay. Grab another Enlightenment seems good. I don't think we can kill this early, despite the slow stacking and Giga Beam damage. I think we're just going to stick to this stuff. We're going to do Vent Steam, Sentry Blast. Want to recover anything? I guess we recover Enlightenment. That's pretty good. Then Incinerate, Sentry Wave, Stasis Strike. That was a lot of damage, but still not enough for Giga Beam. Okay, this wasn't such a bad draw for Enlightenment. I don't think we play Onyx. Still a few expensive cards. Giga Beam, I guess, is okay, and Recover is too. Body Crash is low. Yeah, this just isn't what I want, though. Body Crash, Time Bomb. 54. Our hand is pretty cheap, so I'm going to do double floating orbs here. I'm also going to enter defensive. Don't want shield charger. I guess so. I think we're going to end this pretty fast, so we might as well gain the block for next turn. $21. Need a little bit more, but that's still fine-ish. Or we can just kill. Very nice. Pocket Watch. That's a bit overkill. Ooh, and an upgraded Revenge Protocol. Yeah, I'll take that one. We are a bit low on Brace, so I think that will help immensely. Brace 5 a turn is very good. $10 block, we already have that, so we might as well go for like a Mayhem. We can also enter defensive here. Interesting. Oh, wow, we can do a lot. This might be a good Onyx, actually. Though we just want to kill with Giga Beam next turn anyway. Eh. Yeah, we'll just kill with Giga Beam. These guys don't block for very much, and we have Time Bomb as well. Forgot how much they blocked for, so I was just being safe. Although it looks like Giga Beam is just going to handle business anyway. Yeah. Why'd that last one take more? Oh, because it wasn't blocking. Weak Potion. Well, we don't need this anymore, so Weak Potion it is. And we don't need any of those. Oh. Well, that sucks. Alright. Mummified Hand. Interesting. That's pretty darn good. Clockwork Souvenir, we have Strength socketed in this one first, so that would be the one it cancels if we draw that. And we'd have to draw Incinerate first. If we want Permanent Dex is the stronger one anyway, so I don't think we take this. Third Sentry Blast. Maybe a bit much. 272 plus 125 is 397. We would not have enough for basically anything in the next shop. So I could just buy Mummified Hand and then go to the next shop and then see what's there, see if there's anything worth more than a card remove. I think Mummified Hand for energy is really good. Because getting those powers in play is super important, so prioritizing them is also very important. There's also Apotheosis here. I think it's good, but not necessary. We get a little bit of extra block on our defense. Decent amount of extra damage on floating orbs. Overall, not that important, I don't think. So I'm going to grab that, and we're going to move to the next shop. Those potions I don't think are that great either. Although, paired with the Clockwork Souvenir, the Speed Potion could have been good. Ah! Dolly's Mirror. Do we have a good dupe target? I don't actually see one. I don't actually see a good dupe target here. Maybe Curl Up Plus, actually. I could see that being good. It's a lot more brace and control over stasis. Since we have a stasis strike, I wouldn't mind it. Or we could take another Recover Plus. That might not be so bad either. For front-loaded block rather than just large brace numbers. Although large brace numbers are still good. I could also go Shield Charger card remove. That's also pretty good. I think that's probably better than the Mirror. I really like Mirror, it's just sometimes I find myself trying to force it rather than it actually being worth its value. So I'm trying to be more critical of it. We have Revenge Protocol now too, so the brace numbers aren't that important. Maybe it's still somewhat important, so that we can keep up with later in fights. Shield Chargers help a lot, though. Yeah, I'm going to go Shield Charger card remove here. Alright, Double Shop. Probably the worst outcome we could have gotten, but we still got a good relic and a good card, so not that disappointed. Yeah, just take the Impatience. Doesn't even matter what the card draw is. Wow, that's a lot of zeros. And now they're all zeros. Amazing. Get to draw cards here, too. Everything is zero. I don't really want zero-cost Shield Chargers in Stasis. We have Time Bomb coming up, and it's still going to be vulnerable. I'm going to just leave it. I think we can do without those. And if we really, really need them, we can recover them. Yeah, we can't play the other Sentry Blast, so we'll just go with this. Okay, that's enough. Good, and I guess we can recover one now. Or I can recover Vent Steam or Stasis Strike. Vent Steam might be good. The extra strength on this next Time Bomb as well. Maybe the Body Crash. I don't know, what sets us up best for later? I guess Vent Steam? We could even play Onyx. We had some really, really good draws. Yeah, okay. Please be a good SNECK draw. I would love to play Onyx here. That's acceptable with everything else that we have. Oh, they did fix the bug with deflecting bracers. That's good. So what can we do for next turn? I guess we can just bring back Stasis Strike again. It's a lot of defense. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure this is going to be enough, but we'll see. Ah, okay. Yeah, we got it. We do so much damage, wow. We almost killed Transient. We got it down by 80%. That's crazy. Fruit Juice. Interesting. Weak Potion's okay. Is it worth 5 max HP? Possibly. We do have to wait a while for Sentry Blast to come in play. I think Dupe Potion's also pretty darn good, so I'm going to just skip the Fruit Juice. We're going to skip these as well. Okay. I don't feel like that act was very good, but at least we got Mummified Hand. Alright. Alright, let's see what they're doing. 8 times 3. That's the usual. And then we're drawing up to Sentry Blast, so that means we get Shield Charger, Time Bomb, Vent Steam, Defend, Body Crash. We actually get a lot of defensive tools. Especially if we can play a lot of these cards, we're going to be very set. What about our next two with thinking ahead? Recover, defend. If we get a bad draw, this is the best way to prevent it. Discovery can be anything, but on the other hand, discovery can be anything. So let's do that. Oh, that looks like some good costs there. Can we hit 12 cards? I don't think we can. So we probably want to still be somewhat careful. We don't want to play Shield Charger. Two. How about we put this on top? Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't believe we've already done that much damage. We get 4 cards this turn. Hopefully that's enough. Oh, it's definitely enough. That means we can get our powers in play. That's good. I think Revenge Protocol is our top priority here. Then Sentry Blast, Shield Charger, Gear Up. Actually, Sentry Blast, Shield Charger, Sentry Blast. Not in that order, it doesn't matter. Because we're just using our turn timer to get these out and not accelerate. Alright. Enter defensive. We can also remove our debuffs. These are actually some pretty good costs, with a couple exceptions. And there's a couple exceptions here too, but not being vulnerable this turn's pretty good. Not being frail this turn's pretty good. Time meter was originally 15 times 3, so without vulnerable, we're going to be 10 and then 7. So yeah, we'll be able to full block like that. So I'm going to make that decision. We are going to do that. 7 cards next turn. We get 2 automatically. Can we play 5 more? Only some of the time. I'm going to play the strike. Alright, we already full block, but if we roll over the timer, can we roll over the timer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I guess defend. Or Time Bomb. Time Bomb actually gets us more cards, so let's do the defend instead. So does Incinerate. Three cards. I guess we don't need the defend, so I'll just go like this. Yeah. Okay. Time meter splits. Unless we can somehow kill right now. Doesn't look like we can. Let's see if we can get the floating orbs into play. Awesome, it hit the other one. That's great. So now what else do we want in this stasis? I'm going to bring back Body Crash for some defense. Does that put us into defensive? Yeah, let's do that then. And I guess I'll play the defend for good measure. So now we only get 3 cards in our hand next turn, because of these 3 from stasis. But that's fine. Vent Steam. Vent Steam for more damage and block. Bringing it for 36. I guess we want the vulnerable anyway. So we're going to start with these. Alright, so we want to play Body Crash, which means we get 2 more cards. I think those are going to be Stasis Strike, Defend. Body Crash. Because this is going to go up to, what? 14 minus 4, 10 times 3? I guess that would be still full block. It's just that Defend does more damage. I guess Stasis Strike, Body Crash would be better, because we don't have defensive mode. Or we could put Shield Charger into Stasis. That's probably smarter. We'll opt to take the safe route. I think this is actually the best route as well. We're going to kill him next turn. Wow. That got him really low. In fact, we can just kill with... Well, kill with Giga Beam, why not? Alright, Donu Deka. Panache seems pretty good with Mummified Hand here, especially since these other two are trash. So... Not impressed with this Onyx, gotta say. Would like to enter defensive here, because that's our best defensive thing right now. So let's see what Panache hits. It hit the Stasis Strike. Interesting. So... Don't want to risk Floating Orbs. It could hit something other than Curl Up. What do we want to put into Stasis? That's a big question. We have the option of Time Bomb, Onyx Strike, or Floating Orbs. By the time Floating Orbs comes back, we might as well just, like, see what cost it is. Could be wrong about that. Maybe it's better to have Time Bomb. How much does that cost normally? 1? I could recover that, or I could recover Curl Up. Let's play this first. I guess having a free Floating Orbs is fine. I'll do it. I think I do want to bring back the Curl Up, because staying in defensive mode is somewhat important. And we can always accelerate these out at some form of speed. Okay. What are you going to hit? Incinerate? Okay. I was kind of hoping for that one, because now I can play Defends. Body Crash counts as a Defend. That almost full blocks. I guess that's good enough. Haven't done Pocket Watch yet. We still have another draw with Deka's Washers. I do have to keep that in mind. That could be useful. Though it's kind of hard. We didn't get the other Time Bomb. So how do we block this turn? I don't know. Can't exactly enter defensive mode. Just block normally. That's 18 out of 30. It's not great. But we don't really have a choice. Unless I like do Potion the Recover for another 8 block, I don't think we need to do that. This is our second boss. We don't need to worry too much about our HP. Alright, what gets us good next turn? The other Recover, actually? Let's do that. I'll play the Shield Charger. We're going to enter defensive for a couple turns off this. Oh, it wasn't off the attack, though. It's a shame. Wasn't able to play either Sentry Blast. Wow. Two cost normally, yeah. That's what I was hoping for. That or Time Bomb, I guess. I guess I put the Vent Steam back in first. Then we play Time Bomb. Then we try to strip more Artifact. This is still pretty high. I'm going to strip Artifact on that. Okay. It's not quite a full block still. I guess we put the other Shield Charger in, which means we don't play either Defend or the Sentry Blast. I guess we don't need the second Sentry Blast yet, so I'm just going to Defend. Okay. Wonder how big Giga Beam will be. Probably not big enough. I have Onyx in hand, but I don't think we have good rolls yet. Not enough. I guess we still play the Time Bomb, though. Then we just do that. Unfortunately, this is going to reroll its cost, I think, even though we came out of stasis. We'll actually have to see. I don't think I've ever tested that specifically. Yeah, it's up to 2 cost again. Man, I'd really love to play Vent Steam here, but we don't have the energy for it. We could do Giga Beam Body Slam and then just leave it at that. Wonder if that. I wonder if Pocket Watch triggers next turn if we're stunned. Be an interesting test. Do I want to play Giga Beam, or do I want to keep my next turn so that we aren't so vulnerable by the time they attack again? I'm gonna go with probably not being vulnerable. 52 is okay, but not amazing. Yeah, let's go with this, and we'll do Pocket Watch things. Right. Stasis. Cards coming out of stasis draws too much with this. Thankfully, we only lost 1 draw, so I guess it's still okay. I think this is still Twin Slam twice. And now we play Sentry Blast? Yeah. Not enough. Okay. Take another 12. We'll be alright. Okay. So that's Act 3. 2407. Rest for 13. Do we have any healing? Doesn't look like it. I could Smith here. I could rest here. Is any upgrade worth 13? I don't think so. So I'm just going to rest. And this is our last shop. Looks like we got nothing. Our card removes are so expensive. We removed a curse early on in the game, right? From the Meow bonus. That makes sense. 3 card removes get us up to 150. We got rid of 2 strikes and a curse, which was the Bewildered. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this as is. Alright. I'm going to go with the normal Enlightenment. I don't remember if I mentioned this before our break, but I don't think I've ever gotten the Toolbox SNECK combo, because I don't remember ever using Enlightenment as much as I'm using it now, like this. Let's see. Shield Charger Time Bomb seems good. Okay, we hit Gear Up, of all things. We could Recover, then Time Bomb. Gives us another 10 already. This is 18, so we already full block. We don't need another Defend. So let's just do Time Bomb, then we'll recover our Enlightenment for next turn. Hopefully the extra draw from SNECK and Dekka's Washers makes the burns okay. Okay, looks like we save a few energy here. That's good. We also get our other Time Bomb. So we can accelerate something out of stasis immediately. Looks like it's going to be that defend I mentioned. And do I just want to take the damage this turn, or what? Do I want the burn next turn? Does it matter? I don't know. Actually, if I had left the burn in hand, I would have taken more. Interesting. We have Onyx in hand. We have so good roll. Well, that was mostly Enlightenment. Maybe we could kill this with Giga Beam and then cleanse it with Onyx. That seems fine. How much is this doing? 40? So we need to do 107. This is... what is this? 10 plus 60 is 70. I could just do floating orbs right now. Alright, let's go for it. Let's see how well this does. Okay, we hit. We hit 60, which means we do this now. Looks like we're about to use up our sundial, though. It's fine. That's how it goes. Sometimes. Baylor's Lordly Plate. So now this braces 6 per turn. That's pretty good. Okay, never mind. It braces. We get 11 per turn, or we get the shield charger. I'm gonna go double Revenge Protocol, I think. Could also take the Ancient Potion. Could go 16 brace per turn with Dupe Potion. Or we could stop the Vulnerable on turn 1. I think we're gonna go for super. I think we're gonna use the Weaken. Well, hang on. Vulnerable is a multiplier of 3 halves, and Weaken is a multiplier of 3/4. So 3 halves times 3/4, if you have both Vulnerable and Weak, is 9/8. And without either, it's just 1. So 9/8 is higher than 1, which means that it's actually better to prevent the Vulnerable. The one thing that this could hurt, though, is Vent Steam Incinerate with Ancient Potion. We could also get our Weaken and play quickly. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to hope it's correct. We get Incinerate early, but we don't have to use it. Impatience. I'm going to use a Dramatic Entrance to get rid of the card. Okay, we do have 1 Revenge Protocol early on in the draw. That's good. And we do get a Sentry Blast early, so we're going to get that Weaken on turn 2. So yeah, I'm just going to drink this. We're not going to use Incinerate. We actually get double Sentry Blast here. Is that the play? Over the Shield Chargers? I think that is actually the play. I think these are too important to get into play to ignore, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to get rid of Gear Up so that we have hand space for SNECK, Deco Washers, and Sentry Wave. I'm also going to play this so we don't... well, actually, I have to play that anyway. Pocket Watch is ruined. I guess it doesn't matter if Pocket Watch is ruined or not, but whatever. Anyway. I am going to intentionally take some Beat of Death damage here, so let's do this first with Revenge Protocol. Oh yeah, that's also a thing. Oh yeah, Baylor's Lordly Plate also affects these. So we're going to have a ton of stuff per turn here. Do I want to recover something for later? Possibly Body Crash. It seems like a good amount of damage. play this. Then I guess I'll play this for the extra brace. And I guess we'll take more damage. That's fine, though. Double floating orbs is good. I guess I could have done this first, but that's okay. We are playing a lot of cards. I guess I should have done that earlier. Are we damage capped? Cool. Yeah, we're just going to be in defensive mode forever this fight, I think. We do a lot of damage. Onyx. Those are pretty good. I could see myself doing Onyx here. But I think we want to play Revenge Protocol first and foremost, so I'm going to do that. Okay. Now we get Stasis Strike into play. Put that in. Enter defensive mode again for another 10 block. We do need to take this damage leakage a little bit more seriously, though. We're up to 45 here. Fence Team, recover, body crash. It's 3 block cards, right? Do we want to... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 12 damage. But we gain back 10, 20, 27. So 15 block. And then we take a total of 10 from this. Okay, that's acceptable. Bring back what? This defend, maybe? Maybe the Vent Steam, actually. No, we have Twin Slam coming up. We'll bring this back. Oh, I entered defensive mode again. Okay. So that gives me another 10 block. The damage cap is higher than the current HP on Heart, so we can actually kill this turn. I think. We'll see. Never mind, we can. Awesome. I guess Revenge Protocol is giving us a ton of strength in defensive mode is pretty strong. $32.07. Very nice. Wonder if we'll get 4,000 points at some point in this series. Come on, skip it. All right. This run felt pretty weird. I felt like it was felt like we were actually a little bit low on our defensive system, but it ended up working out. I guess we just ended up relying on defensive mode a ton. I tried to speculate into dexterity stuff, but it just didn't work out. And we didn't get offered a lot of big block cards for SNECK OI, such as Shield Spikes or Spheric Shield. I wonder if there's any more than that. I guess we took the Shield Chargers, which were a good idea, I think. Yeah, with Baylor's Lordly Plate, this just became a brace deck, where we just rely on defensive mode for all our block. And we did plenty of damage, so we didn't take a lot of damage to Spear and Shield either. 9 damage total. Very nice. Yeah, not much else to say there. Just felt very weird, but it worked out. We actually remembered to use Frozen Eye. That's a win in my book. What are the statistics? We drew 2 cards the entire game with Pocket Watch. In that one turn where we overdrew by accident because of Stasis. Mummified Hand discounted 32 energy. It's a lot. Almost one per turn. This is almost an entire energy relic. In fact, if you count the downsides of energy relics, this is an entire energy relic. And maybe then some. Yeah, that's going to be it. That's all I have to say about this one. Don't really know how to analyze it. Beyond that, it was weird. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you stick around for future episodes, and if you do, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.